Lindsay Williams joins us. He predicted, 3-4 months ago, and months before that, told privately Dr. Stan Monteith that he formerly was on the board for years, 3 years, with a major oil company, for those that don't know, when he was in Alaska. And he's known these people, and his video, one of his videos became number one on Google Video for months on end. For like 6 months, it was in the top 5 every day. Hundreds of millions of views. They called him up. They said, we're basically going to kill you if you don't shut up. But you can tell the slaves this. And he broke down some of the things he told them. And I said, go back in memory of that hour-long conversation. Think of anything else he said. Go back. And you know how it is when you have a long conversation later, you remember more. But Lindsay predicted when oil was at $147 a barrel that it was going to plunge below $50 or down to $50. It's now done that. And so Lindsay Williams, Pastor Lindsay Williams, joins us again. Lindsay, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you so very much, Alex, for allowing me to be on the Alex Jones Show this morning. Crude oil, $50 a barrel. Finally, on yesterday, it went to $48.78. And, Alex, the first thing that came to my mind is, you've got to tell the world what is about to happen now, because what that gentleman told me back the middle of June, and then I had the privilege of being on the Alex Jones Show on July the 28th of this year, and I said the price of crude oil is going to go to $50 a barrel. And Alex, I had a talk show host not long after that said to me when it went down to $50 and $60, went to $60 and $70 a barrel, he said, Lindsay, I laughed at you when I heard you say that. He said, I thought you were crazy. And I said, I did too. I mean, I had been predicting it was going to 200, and here it goes down, just because the elite had it all planned. Now, Alex, I have the privilege of being back on your show to say what is going to happen next. Folks, I plead with you. I beg of you. Now, when I said it was going from $147 a barrel to $50 a barrel, and I said it only based on the fact that one of the people in the world who knows everything that goes on behind closed doors, it's nice to be able to know one or more of the elite, and because of the providence of God, I had the privilege of living with them for 3 years and still stay in touch with some of them, and one of them told me it's going to $50 a barrel. I dared to come out and say it with the chance of losing all of my reputation if this man was wrong, but he was right, and here it is, as of yesterday, $50 a barrel. Folks, I plead with you. You keep that dial where it is. You listen to the rest of this show. I'm going to tell you everything is going to happen from this point on for the next year's time, Alex.
Amazing, because, you did say on record 3-4 months ago, before all this started, you said that he did talk about then it's going to implode Russia and China and the U.S. This is a global war against all the countries, and that then the dollar was going to die. So specifically, I want to get into the other things he told you the elite are planning. Now, there are fissures in the elite. There are power struggles. Sometimes they change operations. But just like yesterday, I played you Daniel Estulin 2.5 years ago, Jim Tucker and others saying what they got from inside Bilderberg in Canada. The kings and queens, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. And they said they're going to run the stock market up to 14,000 the next year and a half. Then they're going to plunge it. They are going to pop the subprime mortgage to consolidate things. Exactly that happened. We wrote articles. We made films. They really run things, Lindsay. And when you can go find out what the elite's saying, you know it's the future.
Alex, let me say emphatically, please, I beg of you folks, listen to Alex Jones, what he's saying. He is telling you the truth. There positively is a group of people on the face of the earth who control the world. They tell the president what to do. They dictate to Congress what bills to pass. They tell the Arabs what they're going to give them for a barrel of oil in any given day. They control the currencies of the world. This is not a conspiracy. This is an agenda on the part of the elite, and just by the providence of God.
Lindsay, stay there. We got a break. Lindsay Williams.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network. Call him drunk.
Folks, all the New World Order is a financial empire using military force. It's the Fortune 100 owned by the big private banking families of Europe. They come in, they set up roundtable groups, the CFR. They influence peddle. And And over a few decades, they buy off the countries. They get control of the governments. They run governors. They run the local legislators, many of them. They put the money behind their people. They take control of the federal system. Then they expand the power of the federal system. They levy taxes. They pump that money into their coffers. Over 60% of county, city, water district, police pension budgets, teacher pension budgets, retirement budgets, that's pumped into them. You never get it because the money that's invested on budget goes into your pension. They just take the other money. It's a criminal government. We're not here saying every FBI agent or every cop is evil, or every school teacher or every social worker is evil. The system is evil. Pastor Lindsay Williams, again, up with Atlantic Richfield and other big companies, he was in on their board meetings. He was part of it. He witnessed it. He wrote a best-selling book back in the 70s, films in the 80s on it. He got a call earlier this year when one of his talks was getting millions of views a day just on one channel on the web. He got a call, and they were told, you aren't going to be walking around very long if you don't shut up. And then Lindsay said, well, what can I talk about? And the elite loves to throw it in our face, and they said, you can talk about this. And this is what they said. So continue, Lindsay, because you said here on the show, what was the date you were here? And then a month and a half before that, you told Monteith secretly, and Monteith's totally impeccable here on the network, and then he had you on first, you were on here second. Go back through that for folks and the new info of what's coming next.
I had the privilege of being on the Alex Jones show on July the 28th. I was contacted the middle of June by this individual whom I knew him well. 25 years ago was when I saw him last. He's 80-something years of age now, but once you become a part of the elite, you never get out of it. They keep you in forever. And he said these things, the price of crude oil is going to $50 a barrel. When it went below $50 a barrel on yesterday, Alex, I said, I've got to tell the world. I must. I felt such an urgency, and there's no better place to tell the world than on the Alex Jones Show. Literally, Alex, you reach around the world.
Well, thank you for contacting.
If anybody wants to tell anything, this is the right place to announce it. So, I feel so honored today to be with you to tell
please
the
stop,
world
Lindsay.
what's going to happen next.
We appreciate you. Go ahead.
Now, what's going to happen next? Here it is, $50 a barrel. It is not going back up. It is going to stay there. Now, put these things down. I beg of you. You look at it a month, 2 months, 3 months from now, because I was told by this individual, first of all, we're going to take it to $50 a barrel and we're going to keep it there. I was talking with someone in the know the other day, just 2 or 3 days ago, and he said, no. He said, it's going right back up again. It'll just go to $50 and go back up. Folks, you are going to have $1.50 a gallon gasoline at the gas pump for a long time. Enjoy it. Take that trip to Grandma's house on Thanksgiving. Go Christmas and see all of your relatives. Enjoy $1.50 a gallon gasoline. Live it up. And people out there just shouting for joy because we've got $1.50 a gallon gasoline. It is not going back above $50 a barrel anytime soon. And you've got about 6 months to a year before you're going to pay the piper. And that's where this show comes in today, because I'd like to tell you what he said is going to take place within a reasonable period of time after it gets to $50 a barrel. And I waited until it went to $50 a barrel yesterday, Alex, and then called up your producer, and I said, you want to know what's going to happen next? And he said, okay, and I guess that's when he spoke to you, Alex.
Absolutely. In your hour-long conversation with this guy, what's coming next?
Well, you're going to stay right where you are, and I beg the American people, enjoy it, have a good time with it. Go and fill up your vehicle with all of that $1.50 a gallon gasoline. I understand that nationwide at the gas pump, as of this morning, it was announced on national news, is $1.98 a gallon. I have heard of it going down to $1.50 a gallon in certain parts of the East Coast.
That's right. Wholesale in the trucks delivering it, it is $1.15.
Yes. And you can see it at the gas pump at approximately $1.50, and it's going to stay there for a period of time, and $50 a barrel, but watch out. This is only the calm before the storm, because you are going to pay the price within the next few months, and here's why right here. This man said to me, He said, Lindsay, we are going to see the Arab world go into bankruptcy. Listen to it. This is off of the Dow Jones news wires just a day or two ago, and it says Saudi Arabia, 90% of whose exports stem from oil, has sought to maintain the price of oil at $80 per barrel. They said the kingdom has been obligated for more than $400 billion in defense, energy, security, and infrastructure projects, and if they go below $80 per barrel within a few months' time, Saudi Arabia could basically be into bankruptcy. They have already stopped two of the big world-class skyscrapers.
And I want to be clear, 3.5 months ago on this show, you said that within